Ready to call this race. Let's talk about it, Clancy and Ron.
LaToya Cantrell is the next mayor of New Orleans. The percentages that we're seeing now, and with 26% or so of the vote, she is the next mayor. This is not a surprise. The only thing that remains to be seen is exactly what her margin will be. I think it'll be at least 55%, but we'll see when all the numbers come in, because turnout has been so screwed up in some ways. I don't mean, that's not the right word, but it's been so unpredictable, and you've seen variations all day where very low in some places and only a little low to moderate in other areas. It's not like a race when Ron and I were starting out in this game where you had a 60% turnout pretty much everywhere. We're seeing turnouts that might be at or around 20 to some that are 35 or more.
And Ron, I've seen you crunching the numbers over there. Go over the racial breakdown and how it secured a win for Cantrell.
Well, what we're looking at here, based on some early profile precincts, is that Cantrell looks like she's winning the African-American vote by 30% or more, in that Desiree Charbonnet is winning the white vote by about 30%. And if that is the case, roughly speaking, then Cantrell would ultimately win the race, probably by at least 7 or 8 point margin. It could be a good bit more than that, or maybe a little tighter. So, so as it stands now, the electorate is, the election day electorate in the primary was 55% black and 40% white. So if you're winning the black vote with the same percentage that your opponent is winning the white vote, you win everything. And that's what it looks now.
How significant do you think Bagneris's endorsement was, especially within the white community?
Well, I think it actually was more significant than third place candidate endorsements usually are, because his vote really was the swing vote. And I think denying that endorsement from Desiree Charbonnet, I think really hurt her campaign.
Plus, Bagneris had tremendous support in the white community. He actually got a higher percentage of the white vote than he got in the black community.
Right.
So his endorsement cut across all lines, race lines, and even age lines among his supporters. So, and his supporters were very much for him for reasons of his philosophy, what he stood for, the person that he was, and that's the kind of endorsement that can be delivered often. When it comes, it can deliver a lot of support. Sometimes people vote for somebody, but they don't necessarily buy in all the way. They just sort of say, well, I think I'll just go with this person or that person. But Michael Bagneris' supporters felt they knew him, they trusted him, and then the Cantrell campaign made good use of his endorsement by putting him on television in a very effective commercial where he looked in there, gave a slight shot at Charbonnet, but really spoke very highly of Cantrell and why he was with her. And that was a very effective ad,
Such an impactful endorsement. Yes. And we've got some very happy folks over at the Cantrell camp. Let's toss it over now to Eric and Sheba.
Happy is an understatement. We have Karen Carvin with us, political consultant with the Cantrell campaign, and we are calling it about 55 to 45.
Well, we are ecstatic. I'm really glad now that you guys called it. We know it's real, and yeah, everybody's here. We're very happy. We had hoped for this, but you never know. It ain't over till it's over, but we're delighted. Absolutely terrific.
Now, have you talked to Councilwoman Cantrell yet?
I have not yet, no. I think
Could you do that and get back to us?
Yeah, I think she'll be coming over shortly.
Certainly. And talk about the things you think she did right here. Specifically, you guys use social media a lot in this campaign. Tell me about that part.
We really did. You know, I think that this campaign was a watershed campaign in many ways, and I think will set the tone for campaigns in the future. I think we really had the best of the old and the new technology. So we really used social media and got millennials engaged in a way that I don't think they've been in the past. But we also use traditional media, and this is true in terms of turnout, both in terms of new and old media. I thought that we had the best of both worlds.
And Karen, we talked about the long transition period this time, which is an anomaly, but it'll really give the next mayor, if our prediction is correct, LaToya Cantrell, time to really settle in and look at some of these problems and get a handle on some of the major problems facing this city.
I totally agree with that. I think that having a 5-month transition is going to give her the opportunity to really make the detailed studies and analysis that she needs to do to see what she wants to do as her first priorities, and trying to put together a really good team. She's really focused on trying to find people with the right skill sets to match the jobs. No, I think it's going to give her an opportunity to get it right.
And have you all talked about this with the administration, saying that if we do win, we want to have this say and this access to information?
We have not gotten into any specifics yet, other than I know that LaToya did meet with the mayor, and he agreed to cooperate.
They're just getting the message here.
Yeah, we're hearing applause.
The
They're
crowd
finding out.
is thrilled. We're all thrilled. But no, just to reiterate, the mayor has said he will cooperate in the transition, and we certainly have no reason to doubt that. Hope that will work out. And there's a lot of work to do, and so the 5-month transition, I think, will benefit her ultimately.
And will Councilwoman Cantrell come down before the final, or will she wait till we have 100% of the precincts in?
I think you'll see her shortly.
Okay, good. Karen, thank you very much.
Thank you so much for speaking with us. All right, guys, we are here, and we will be back with you, of course, and give you word as soon as we hear from Councilwoman Cantrell.